heavily implied that he doses everybody, and then they get on the ferry. He gives them a tab of acid, and the kids are like, "When do we get the candy? Why are we doing acid?" Hi, I'm
Craig.
from the LSTNT Podcast Network. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome you to Movies from Memory. On this podcast, you'll hear hosts
Dante.
and
Art.
and
Craig.
try through a haze of smoke and alcohol to remember an important or nostalgic movie we haven't seen in several years. We are a little vulgar and insensitive, but that's just our sense of humor, and it all comes from a passion and love of movies. Nay, cinema. Tonight is Hollywood's classic 1990
71.
film called
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
starring
Jack Albertson as Grandpa Joe.
and,
Others.
as always, please
Like, comment, and subscribe.
and don't forget to check the bottoms of your popcorn buckets for holes. Someone might put their dick in there. Because usually, when both of us walk in the room, people say,
Oh, is it hot stepper? Fuck you.
That's usually what people say when you come in the room.
Didn't call me out stepper.
Im kom die Step.
Isn't that fucking snow too?
Hey, listen!
You know what I'm talking about?
Snow?
Snow is like the white.
Yeah, that
Canadian-
cold white stuff that falls from the sky.
Oh wow.
Yeah, cocaine, I don't like it. I wouldn't do that, but I do enjoy the smell.
Didn't call me out stepper. Oh, I hope that's not a bit.
But I do like the smell. Everything I say, I want to tag it with something.
Do you know when I'm talking about snow, right? Like that
There's what you're
Canadian
talking
reggae artist?
No. I know that UFOs we're about to get some information from the government.
Excuse me,
about-
Mr. Officer. Still living like that. Murderer. Yeah, bro, you know.
It's Britney, bitch.
We're here with Dante, Craig, and
Oh no.
Artemia.
It's I need camos.
Alright, I'm ready when you guys are.
What?
Here comes the hot stepper.
Hello there.
Daddy, chill.
I'm gonna
Daddy,
buy
chill.
on-
Daddy, chill.
Okay, you ready to start?
Y'all ready?
Are we recording?
Y'all ready for this? Bum, 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 bum.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Movies from Memory. I am your humble host Dante. With me as always, co-host Craig.
Fuck you.
And returning champion, Artemio.
What up, babies in Toyland? Let's do it.
I'd like to remind everybody to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you hear. Probably not going to be a lot of those out there. But please continue with us. Maybe you'll like what you hear. I don't know. Probably not. So, guys, the film today, we're here at the cinema. We're going to be talking about a little film from 1971. It's sweet. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
The candy is dandy.
The sweetest movie of the year.
Oh, wow.
That year.
Yeah.
So it's
By
Dante,
far.
Craig, and
Art.
Radical.
You're a big club guy, so that
Oh,
works with
100%.
you.
100%. Yeah,
With the glow sticks.
yeah,
and,
yeah. The mesh tankies. I love it all. I love
Yeah.
all of it. I call them my candies.
Candies make you dandy.
That's right,
Daddy,
100%.
chill.
All right.
That's true.
So before we talk about the amazing film Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory,
I think
we're
it's
going to be
pronounced
transported back to the year of 1971.
Do you have a dream sequence?
magical.
Somebody-
I think I do have something like that.
all the way back? We would always put something in post. Yeah.
I want to leave all this in the pod. I don't want any of this shit to be edited.
Run.
Yeah, that's
We're
really
back.
good. That's
1971. We made it.
oh my god.
No, I got you. I feel you, dog. I pick up what you're putting down.
Craig, are those colored based on like how often you use them?
They're like random. I don't know why you can't. They won't let you organize them how you want and
That's
change
mad cute,
colors. But I wish I could. They probably will if you pay them like monthly.
You on that juke tip? I feel it.
Yeah, and
On the
to
hookup.
pay for a soundboard.
Doo-doo!
I probably would if I could get it how I wanted, but jeez, it won't stop.
All right,
We'll figure
so first thing we're going to talk about is, the most popular songs of the year 1990. I'm so used to saying that. 1971.
Oh, shit.
I've broken the curse. All right, the number one
We've
song.
never done a movie that wasn't in the 90s.
Taking me for a ride. It's "Joy to the World" by Three Dog Night.
Oh,
I love
that's
that
a
band.
good one.
Oh, wait.
I feel like that's in like Guardians of the
Boys and
Galaxy or something.
Girls.
And then there's some other ones that
Joy to the Fishes in the Deep
Wait, was it
Sea.
the All You Young Dudes?
Wasn't like
"Take Me Home, Country
Led
Roads"
Zeppelin
by
4
John
or
Denver.
something came out that year,
Oh, I thought that
right?
was by Lil Nas X.
The Rolling Stones' "Brown Sugar" came out.
That's a good one.
You know what I'm saying?
I believe Nate Dogg's debut album came out in '71 too.
And also
You just wanted to use
Rod
that song.
Stewart's "Maggie May."
Ooh, Rod
That's
Stewart.
where he started
Wake
his
up,
reign.
Maggie. I think I got something to say to you.
Our new producer,
treat.
extraordinaire, Chloe. She found a little.
Yeah, we had to fire Corey and hire our new producer, Chloe. Producer and sound engineer.
The reason was for like a mischievous.
Yeah,
like
devious acts
Devious acts.
that
That's right.
Corey
That's right.
committed or whatever.
Yeah, he did all that weird stuff to my search bar on my web browser. That was. I was like, hey man, you can't be looking up that on my computer, dog.
Corey, I just opened that tab and I heard that music. Did you fucking do that?
He's on the
I'd
way
say
out.
that.
He just wants.
We had to
Really cool.
fire Corey because he was
All my
looking at
tabs on my laptop.
too much
he uses.
hentai during the show, during the
Are all
podcast.
open with devious hentai from PH.
So usually we talk about video games and certain.
Do it! Yesterday, you said to
No, keep going.
You're good. Certain, video games coming out and things like that. Maybe consoles debuting. This is 1971. Video games don't exist right now.
Yeah. Because we like to kind of transport you back to the year.
All
They
the
were
way
just
back.
Like what
They were
was going
spelling-
on in culture.
back
There's a
then
gas
there was
crisis going
They were
on.
spelling out booba on abacuses.
True that. The only I think
that?
maybe
Is that
they
English?
people were they were spelling boobies on a calculator, but that was the only game and they were doing.
Oh, on the abacus. I got you.
So the only which
They're
is
riding dinosaurs to school.
Yeah.
which is interesting in 1972 actually is the year that Pong comes out. So we're only
video
1 year
games
away.
were- Oh, I see, 1 year away.
And then 1978 Space Invaders drops. And
Oh,
so we're kind
that-
of
oh,
doing
shit.
it big. Also, we're looking at the NBA Finals 1971. It was the Milwaukee Bucks versus, this was kind of funny, it was the Baltimore Bullets, which is a team that does not exist
Bullets.
anymore.
Well, the Bullets are Washington, right?
Well,
there
they-
are still a lot of bullets like flying through the air in Baltimore, but
Yes.
there's no
Oh,
basketball
no.
team.
I love The Wire. Yeah, so, but Milwaukee
wrong
Bucks,
show.
Yeah,
they,
some Wild Boys.
they swept the Baltimore Bullets, the
Oh,
series
wow.
4-0.
Yeah, that
beat
was,
them
I
handily.
think,
Did they have
Lou
Kareem Dream at the
Alcindor.
time?
Lou Alcindor was
Kareem
the
Abdul-Jabbar.
MVP. Yes. Pretty
and
bossy.
probably Oscar
Was that
Robertson,
his original?
right?
Well, was it
His
his
OG
first
name.
name?
Yeah, Lou Alcindor. That was his, his
And
full
they were
name.
going against, or he also had Oscar Robinson on the team.
Yeah,
They were going against Earl
Robertson.
Monroe.
I love his brother Baskin.
Oh, Earl the Pearl Monroe.
Yeah.
So,
I love his ice cream.
Who?
Baskin Robbins.
I said I love his brother
Robert.
Baskin.
I love his grocery store.
Yeah, Albertsons. So I think the Baltimore Bullets is the Wizards franchise, right? They moved to Washington,
I think so.
and then
That sounds right.
became the Wizards at a certain point when Bullets were.
Didn't they
frowned
have like
upon.
Michael Jordan when he was like good?
Wait, wrong kind of bullet. Anyone? They had Michael Jackson
No,
on the Bullets?
I said Jackson,
think
but
so.
I was thinking that song "Slam" with Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan when I said it. My bad.
With Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan?
Yeah,
I didn't
he's-
know he was a recording artist.
No, but he's in the video, or what's it called? Like
Oh, is it a
Jam.
music video?
Jam.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's like-
Jam. That song's sick.
He's like trying to like teach Michael Jordan how to
Doesn't it
dance.
sound like this?
close to.
Michael Jackson actually taught Michael Jordan everything.
He taught him his jumper.
The jumper,
Yeah,
the step back.
his airness.
Oh my god.
And then finally,
He was
some of
Prince
the
Ernest.
some of the best films of 1990s or 19. I keep saying the 90s. 1971.
That's the 90s.
That was dope.
Take me
That
back.
was a dope job.
Uh,
But you can kill it. How
God, I
come,
didn't know the whole thing.
how come you only have 30-second clips?
I don't know, dude.
There should be
and I'm
minute
always
clips.
going back and forth. Like when it's only the two of us, I'm using the soundboard on my phone, and when it's 3 or 4 of us, and Mr. E or you or Art, like I'm doing it on my phone, so my soundboard's on my laptop.
this guy's on the ones and the twos. Though.
100%. 100%.
So a little film called The Clockwork Orange came out. Also, The French Connection. This is pretty great. Dirty
cool.
Harry.
why
Fiddler on the
didn't
Roof.
he just take a shower?
I heard the sequel is called Dirty Harry Needs to Take a Shower.
Dirtier
God.
Harry.
Clean
And then
Harry?
Shaft also came out. in
Wait, what was after
1971.
Dirty Harry?
Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh,
Queen did
Fiddler on the
Shaft.
Roof and
Oh, savior of the universe. What was that?
That's Flash Gordon.
Oh,
Shaft. That would have been
No,
amazing.
Shaft is
okay.
the you're a bad mother, shut your mouth.
Yeah,
You're right,
It's
you're
like
right,
this.
right.
It's like the black detective with the fro. That's,
No, I understand. I just thought I thought it was Flash.
They're
You're a
it
bad
sounds like an
motherfucker.
in living colors.
I thought
They're,
I got
they're
both their
rebooting
tags.
Shaft Gordon.
they're rebooting Shaft. But, he's going to be played by Tom Hanks.
Oh really?
Shaft, yeah.
Oh,
They're
wow.
rebooting it, so it's kind of like to make it more like racially
Believable.
sensitive, where like
They want to
white
put like a
man-
lesbian as like a lead actor.
Tom Hanks is going to play a black lesbian.
because white
what
men
is
have
it?
never been allowed to play the role of
Oh,
Shaft.
No, that's
Shaft is a white.
that's Colin Hanks.
Oh,
Close.
What about Chet Hanks?
Chet Hanks? White Boy Summer.
100%.
Shout out.
Don't wear Sammy.
He's
though.
gonna be a white West summer.
Him the guy.
Yeah, man.
So you think
And
that
I-
Chet Hanks saw that scene in
Yeah,
Meet Joe Black and was like, "I want to talk like that."
Oh, me too.
All the
Oh,
time.
it was a sliding doors maneuver. Like if he had not gone to the movies.
He would have been completely
The
different.
butterfly effect. He saw Brad Pitt going, "Eh, man, you know I me, oh man.
So
Everything gonna be
Everything
airy.
gonna be
who do you guys
alright."
like more like for entertainment purposes? Chet Hanks
Or Brad Pitt.
or Riff Raff?
Oh,
Oh,
that's a
my
hard.
God.
Don't make me choose.
I'm pretty hard body on
Say
Riff
it
Raff right now.
so.
He's got some of the best social media shit, dude.
well, he's
I'll
definitely
celebrate
better
it.
than Chet Hanks. bro.
Yes.
You're not going out on a limb there.
What do they call him again? What do they call Chet Hanks? I forget.
Yairi? Jaw?
The
Oh, I
vanilla
thought
The
gorilla.
jaw lover?
No, that's rough.
I was trying so hard to hit you up for that. Them calling me out Stepper.
Ask it again? That's what he is. They
Or
call
rewind
him.
and spice it.
Rewind and splice. And
All
the
right.
cut ends here. To
There
make
it
the
is.
What
jokes.
spice is the way? So let's go in.
And we're edit that to make all of our bad jokes funny, and the edit ends right here.
Right now.
And what were you saying, Dante, about the movies?
All right, so we're finally here, boys and girls. Willy
30
Wonka
minutes
and the
in.
Chocolate Factory. It's rated G. Came out in 1971. The running time is 1 hour and 29 minutes. Kramer. So guys,
Why do you gotta go in a chocolate factory?
You just
I
hear a
go to
door
the
kick
grocery
in
store and
somebody
pick up any
say
chocolate
the
bar
word
I
like 50
want.
different times.
there's enough chocolate out here. You don't need any in that factory.
He's also on my
I'm giving up on
ass.
chocolate, baby. George.
It's gonna be chocolate summer all year round. All right, guys, what do you remember of this flick?
You know, chocolate.
What do you remember about the movie? About the Chocolate Factory, about the mystery man, Mr. Wonka.
So I remember a creepazoid by the name of Slugworth that used
Yeah,
to haunt
Slugworth.
my little
Ooh,
dreamies.
he has little spies.
He's the
little
like
CIA
character in the movie.
He has
Glow in
his
the dark
He has his
spies.
little birds for all your
little birds.
all your geek
I have my
romance.
finger in a couple of pies right now.
Oh, that sounds so
Oh
wow.
my.
All right, so it starts
He's
off.
the like kind of lovable perverted character. in the
Yeah,
movie,
with a
right?
giant scar across his face. So you know.
I like it. He's like,
so,
oh no,
so
his
he's
name's
evil.
like
Yeah.
Jimmy the Scar or whatever. And he goes like a.
Oh my god.
Just like a, for the audience, I did like a what is it called, like a hat turn.
How do you do?
hat turn
Hat
bout.
tip.
Yeah, it's perfect for
Tip,
audio.
tips
Oh, yeah,
fedora.
I did a very
for
good audio
mine,
show.
yeah.
We're gonna, and then so if you're listening and you're not sure, for the next couple of minutes, we're gonna be doing like funny faces and like
Yeah.
actions and stuff. So
Yeah.
just,
Honestly,
I
like
don't know if you'll be able to hear it.
90 to
Shadow
95% of the jokes are all visual.
If
so
you could, so you're thinking how bad the
If you like
podcast
comedy.
is. If you could see us, it'd be fucking
Hilarious.
hilarious.
So, guys, it starts off with a boy with a dream named Charlie.
A boy with a dream.
He just
dream in his pocket.
He just loves the chocolate.
He moved to Philadelphia. He became
He's
a bar hand.
He's a street urchin kid.
He's a chocolate enthusiast.
He's poor. He's needy. He lives with his parents and his grandparents.
No parents, right?
Or his mom. His mom.
Is his mom there? And then
Yeah.
both sets of grandparents, all four of them.
Yeah,
They
bro,
all
tag
sleep
team
in the
that
same
one
bed.
baby boy.
It's a small bed, and
they're sleeping head to toe.
and it sleeps like grandpa, grandma.
Yeah,
so
there's
you know.
just enough for toe wiggle
There's
stuff to
some-
happen between.
so-
There's
the
some
two
funny
grandkids.
business under those
no matter
sheets.
what, to get to like your significant other, you have to reach over
Oh my
to get
god.
somebody else.
Charlie, don't come in. I'm pitching a tent again.
Charlie's not
Oh,
to
Grandpa.
come home until like.
But
8
he's talking about the
PM.
I'll
other
just finish
grandfather's
my chocolate
spot,
bar.
or he's like where he's pitching a tent for the other.
I'm
grandpa.
making your other grandpa pitch a tent right now, Charlie. Go in the other room.
I've been giving him a hand job for 40 years, Charlie.
Charlie's just like, you
Nothing
sons
but
of
dust
bitches
comes out.
You sons of bitches have been lying in bed for 20 years, and I've been doing paper routes. Like,
You're eating chocolate candy bars. I'm trying to make the nougat come out of your grandpa's.
Oh no.
Never
the
mind.
nougat. Oh wow.
Squirt out of your
So
grandpa's.
Charlie just, obviously things are tough at home as we've just explained.
Dude, this might be a
Sexual stuff with
Patreon
his
podcast.
grandpa.
This might be one that they gotta pay
Behind
for.
a firewall,
Yeah.
behind a paywall.
This is only if you like agree to like a lot of like conditions.
So there's like an edict that comes out that Willy Wonka, the chocolate manufacturer, the Jeff Bezos of sweets,
If you will.
Is Willy.
the Mark
Yeah.
Zuckerberg
If
of
you'll allow us.
candy,
Oh wow.
the Elon Musk of
Bro, you sound like you're cutting
Nougat.
a promo right now.
of nougat. He's saying, all right, for 5 special lads or kids or girls or boys,
Lads or lasses.
men, women, lasses, whatever. You got
Whatever
some
you
weird
like,
shit going
whatever you
on.
What are
He's-
Charlie's grandpas doing?
Just leave that out there.
I'm gonna let that one sit because that's probably the worst.
No, I think
The worst sound usage so
I-
far.
Worst soundbite.
I think. Well,
You
I don't
could
know.
have stopped and talked about the plot to do this joke.
I don't know. I'm just that bed. Like the springs are just worn down to the bone. Let's just say that the springs are just metal on metal.
We
now.
could have
There's
just left
nothing-
it because Charlie's grandpas are always in bed together. The springs are worn out in the bed. Anyway,
Leave
let's
it at
just move
that.
on.
All right, we're
Don't need
moving
to know
on.
the gross
Granddads are
details.
sitting way lower than the two grandmas. They're just like quilting.
They're always going up and down.
They're like, why do we have to wash your guys' sheets 3 times as much as everybody
And then
else?
both women look at each other and go, why do we live in the same bed? as
Only-
these
we
guys?"
divorced
Only
these
one
guys?
side of the
These
sheets
old queens?
is stained all the time, and the other side's clean. That's
Oh my
weird.
god. Okay, so there.
That's where the chocolate factory happens.
That's-
we gotta cut that. We gotta cut that.
All right, yeah. So
Everything we just did is cut out. So welcome to Movies from Memory. We're doing Willy Wonka and the
there's
Chocolate
golden.
Factory.
So there's golden tickets that are thrown out into the world, and
That
everybody
Willy
goes
does.
into a whole, chaotic
Yes, so
rigmarole.
They're just two grandfathers throwing out magnums.
That's all.
Charlie,
That
where do
was
you
the
get that?
5 golden tickets.
Where do you
Grandpa,
get?
Grandpa, are you done throwing out the magnums? Because Willy Wonka's going to do a promotion where he throws out golden tickets.
Oh my
Might be
God.
kind of confusing if those are
He's
both
like,
going
should
on.
I
the same time.
give Charlie money for golden ticket for a candy bar, or for my last
Or
Magnum,
for Jimmy Caps.
for my giant dong?
Charlie, don't give me a Jimmy Cap this week. You can get an extra candy bar to try and
That's
go in
on me.
Wonka's factory.
But don't buy it from that candy store salesman because he's a fucking
Yeah, he's definitely a
freak.
guy.
No, the
though.
candy store guy was chill.
What?
I
He's
don't
the one.
know,
He's the
dude.
one who's like, Charlie, put it away. Don't let anyone see it. Go straight home.
Oh yeah,
I
that is
remember
true.
it different.
And he's like, don't
in the
let
beginning,
anyone
he's
fuck
kind of
with you.
weird because he's just
He's like
singing all the
dousing
children.
all these kids with like little like pills.
He's
that they're
dousing
eating.
them in candy.
He's giving him free candy, bro. He's super nice.
So why does
And he
he
looks
bring-
like Dick.
Okay.
Is it Dick Van Dyke?
So-
he
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
just like it.
So why
He's been
does
that guy and stuff.
Dick
hold
Van
up?
Dyke.
Why does he let the kids behind the counter and then you see that there's a back door entrance to something?
Oh no!
And he
looks like-
grabs him by the arm. Get in there, kid.
Oh no!
They all
Here's the
run.
Candyman
They all
kid.
run.
Yeah, I'll give you a candy
He
bar. Get in
mixes
the
it with
fucking
love.
room.
Dude, they run to that section of the bar, and the camera cuts to the lone kid.
It's like
that wasn't
Saw
chilling.
all of a sudden.
And he's like shaking.
and the
He's
kid,
like,
the,
"What's
and the
going
Candyman can, and he
Yeah, I don't know. I was getting creeper vibes. I remember watching
Really?
it. That guy is
Wow.
kind of. He's questionable. He's sus.
And then doesn't Charlie go there to buy?
Yes,
You got that
exactly.
feeling?
And then Charlie goes in there to like buy something once after he's had like a classroom full of kids in there and he's giving away like free candy.
Yeah.
Charlie, the poor kid, goes to buy like a
And he's
a
like, "Get the
treat.
fuck
And
out
he
of
makes
here!"
him pay.
No, but he goes,
No poor kids
He
allowed.
literally goes. Yeah, he's like Charlie's like scarfing down something because it's the first time he's eaten in like 5 days.
Oh,
And then like the
Oh,
candy
yeah.
man's like,
It's 5 days.
where's
Pay
my
up,
pants?
poor kid.
Yeah, poor kid. Oh, are all the good-looking rich kids here? You guys can have free samples.
The
Get out of here,
Candyman
poor kid.
can. I wish you had that soundbite, dog. That would rip.
Oh, that would be sick.
So we get into all the
Oh, yeah,
different.
he sings that song, right?
The Candyman.
Yeah, yeah.
does,
There's actually some
There's
pretty
really
decent
good
songs.
the titular
in the movie.
Candyman.
We get into all the different kids.
There are good songs.
Getting the tickets.
Yeah, so Wonka owns, like you said, the Elon Musk of this chocolate factory.
Super
He's owned it
inclusive.
for years. It's a secret recipe to all his candies. There's like mythology that people talk about that
Lots of canon.
off record. Yeah, there's like canon, like unofficially we hear all these rumors about like how he gets flavors and what
It's off the
happens
books, very
in
hush,
his
hush.
Willy
in
Wonka
his,
was very.
factory. And so they don't know what goes on in there, and there aren't that many employees too. That's another like thing. Like how
They
do
don't
they?
know, like,
who does the work?
Nobody
in
goes in, nobody goes out.
Yeah.
Like, who's
Oh,
doing
yeah,
all
yeah.
the work?
Yeah, and like what
I
does it
mean-
look like in there? What's going on? Willie has, I can't remember if he says this part in the ad, but he's gotten to the point where he goes, like, I don't know how much longer I want to do this. I want to find someone to take this over
Yeah.
and run the factory for me. But
That's
it's got to
never-
be like someone pure of heart.
I don't think that's ever advertised. It's just like
Yeah, I don't think he he
you guys-
says it to the kids once they get in, I think.
It's the implication.
Or maybe to Charlie.
Yeah, I thought they won't say no to an implication.
I think maybe he tells Charlie or something. But yeah, but in the ad, it's just like, you get a golden ticket. We're only putting out like 6 or 7 of them, 8 of them,
Yeah.
and you get to come in to the factory and tour the factory.
Yes,
Right, that's all he
I think
says,
you
maybe.
get
And
to
I
win
think
like
it's
a
a
lifetime
lifetime
of
of
chocolate.
candy.
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Because
So,
at that
it's
point,
pretty
the
good deal.
gobstopper had not been
So for a
released.
kid,
That dope
this has
shit was
captured
cool.
your imagination on like multiple levels.
Yeah.
You're in at that point.
I wanted to go to the factory.
Yeah.
Dude, every time I've seen this movie, I like tear up. Like, there's aspects of Charlie's like when I get that you see like why he's a humble kid or whatever throughout it, but like
Yeah.
there's so many different times like I think the grandfather like gives him money to like grab one lone candy bar.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And he brings it back to them.
I'm so.
And
Do
he's
you want me to
like-
hold your hand for this part?
I kind
I'm
of
really
pull
sorry,
my pocket.
but-
How about that? But like the grandfather's like explaining to me, like he's just excited. He's like vibing off Charlie just being stoked.
Yeah, all the
Oh, yeah.
families there are like, "Hey, open it up,
Yeah,
Charlie.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see that golden ticket."
And like
What, when he finds it?
Or no, it's before that.
well, yeah, and he
Oh.
says like, at a certain point, like they
Oh.
open it up together, and like he tells his grandfather, he's like the ticket probably would have made the chocolate taste bad anyways. So he's
Makes
like
it
Charlie's
taste
like
bad.
he's like a
To try and
sweetheart,
be like, it's not,
fine.
it's okay.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
didn't
matter
find
even.
one, but
I don't
yeah,
care that I'm
yeah,
like dreaming of this like every
Yeah.
waking moment of my life.
yeah. That is a heartstring.
Yeah.
tugging
Charlie
moment.
just has no chance.
Like he's wearing the weight of his family on his shoulders.
Yeah.
It's just-
The other sad
Well,
thing
yeah.
is the horrible conditions that Oompa Loompas live in.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we can talk that.
we'll
we can
get
talk
there.
that shit
We'll
later.
get back
we will
to that
get
later.
there.
Yeah.
That they're pretty much
The slave labor.
I also
It's,
wanna-
like living in
yeah.
Hong Kong, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
blood
oh,
diamonds.
Oh shit!
sort
So
of
this
shit.
podcast won't be played in
or
China.
Saudi Arabia or
Sorry.
something.
Oh shit! Are we?
Oh,
So
shit.
change your VPN if you're in China to listen to our podcast because this will get
It's Dubai
banned.
type shit going on.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this was not or.
Art does not sign off to the things that
Yeah.
I say.
All right,
I
so,
wanna-
look,
wanna
so
defend
should we
him on
talk
that.
about like every
He has no
individual
control.
participant that gets to the factory,
Yeah.
or should we just?
So yeah, Charlie gets what, a candy bar like a week or something, but
It's
then
like
his
for his
grandpa
birthday.
starts like splurging, getting him a couple extra.
I think it's for his birthday, and then the grandfather
They get him an
like,
extra.
later on. He got him like an extra mag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave him a Magnum and like 25 cents for
Yeah,
another
yeah,
candy
yeah.
bar.
He's like, by the way, grab this for me and your other grandfather.
Use the
and then get a
extra-
chocolate bar.
Use the extra money. Use get a Magnum for me and your other grandpa. And wait, that was the wrong one. And then get the rest of the money.
cannot
Get a
hold
chocolate
on one
bar
sec.
for yourself.
You set yourself up twice in a row
For the hot gay thing.
But Charlie finds like extra dollar like in a sewer, right? And that's the one.
Hold up.
And he was
Before this
going
happened-
through. He went through a women's bathroom toilet and was sniffing everything in it, and then he
They're in a
accidentally
sanitation
found
box. And
money.
they're
So
like,
he's like,
"There's
sweet.
no money in there."
Go ahead, Charlie. Look through it, but we're telling you there's no money. Yeah, I want.
He just
Yeah,
pocket
money.
some
Money. Sure.
Oh no! They're like, "Get out of here!"
Stop sniffing, Charlie. Get out of here.
They chase them out with like a club and a trash can lid. Yeah. So what is it? It's Augustus Gloop, who's a fat German kid.
Wait, I'm sorry.
What? That was a hard cut.
That was a hard cut. Well, I'm just saying, like we gotta.
The other golden
we gotta
ticket.
talk
Says
about
Augustus Loose, the fat German.
Augustus Gloop, right?
The goose is loose. No, a goose is
All
glue.
right, listen, the goose is loose.
Oh,
That
that's
was his-
wild.
yeah.
Augustus Glute. Okay.
That's my
Sorry, I'm
Gloop.
picking up shit.
That's
You're
my
picking up his name.
that's my mother's maiden name is Glue. And they
got
almost
him
named me Augustus too.
I got him
Gloop.
confused because there's a kid that gets like dumped for being a bad egg. I'm thinking the goose is loose. I was like, what hit there? I was like,
No, that's the TV
like a,
Yeah, that's
TV
like,
Charlie or something.
yeah, it's
remember?
like the little Texan cowboy.
I've watched
kid.
more television than anybody on the planet.
And he's just eating.
Chewing my gum and eating and watching television. You know, the television's my favorite. I watch every program.
oh my god.
He loves TV. that
Okay,
kid.
Charlie, okay.
Oh
Do
yeah.
the ha ha when you do it again.
Click, click, click.
Click, click, click.
Oh, that's something else. Wrong movie. Also 70s, but...
That might be my favorite soundbite.
All right.
And Willy Wonka goes to this planet where, actually to a moon of this planet.
Yes.
The whole moon is like
there
a
are zombies.
forest. Oh, yeah, he
wow,
was there
that's
too.
interesting.
Wicket was there.
So what are the other kids? So it's Augustus Gloop.
I thought it was like Chunk.
Oh, no, it can't.
Data.
Chonk and Data.
Wrong movie. Wrong movie.
I didn't say Chonk. My bad.
When I thought when you said Data, I was thinking Star Trek Next Generation.
Oh, gotcha.
TNG. But no, so Augustus Gloop, I was calling him TV Charlie. There definitely are not two kids named Charlie.
No.
So I don't remember what his name is, but it can't be Charlie.
I don't know. It's probably like
TV
West
Charlie.
or something.
West. Hi, my name's West.
He was
Nice to meet you.
Northwest. Kanye's daughter's in this movie.
Howdy.
like, oh shit.
And then there's Veruca Salt, who's the stuck-up one.
Yeah.
I want it now. Look at
I'm
that.
sitting now, Daddy. No, Daddy.
All right, I remember Veruca has her dad, like, his whole factory is devoted to finding
Oh shit.
just
yeah.
the golden ticket for her. So they're like unwrapping
he's hired-
17,000
Yeah.
chocolate bars an hour.
And
there's
they
all
just
these-
open chocolate bars and like set them
they
aside.
just throw them away.
Yeah, and she's
Throw them
like.
in the trash.
Meanwhile, like the mom is just like knitting in the corner and shit like that, and
He's
he's
like crying to
like
herself.
the dad's about to have like a heart attack. He's like, okay, like either you guys find this ticket now, or you guys are
Or
gonna
I
be
kill
like,
all of you.
what's that wild boy phrase that he says where he's like, it's like you'd be out on your ears right now, isn't it?
Out on
He
your
threatens
ears.
to like fire all of them, right?
Daddy, why haven't they found the candy bar? Or
She's just
the golden
A
ticket?
spoiled bitch.
And then somebody,
But I wanted
He's like,
to
no,
know, Daddy.
Veruca.
No, Veruca, they're trying very hard.
Veruca.
You can see the factory boys. They're working quite hard for you, Veruca.
All right, so it's those three.
No, Daddy, they need to work harder.
Oh wow.
And then we
That
have
kind of like got shaky there with the word
no,
harder.
no, I like that.
Violet, the gum chewer.
Sorry,
You're
you can't
turning-
say that now.
Violet, you're turning violet. Violet,
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I thought you were.
gum chewer. Is that like a racial,
no,
racial
no,
slur?
No. I don't think so. Not that I know. So she's also one that finds it. So she switches over from candy to
Oh,
gum.
she's the
Or
gum
to
one.
candy.
She's the gum
like,
one. That's
and
right.
she's
And I
like,
asked
my
him-
bestie.
Yeah,
has been
I
chewing-
have gum behind my ear that I've been like eating for a year. It's like,
Yeah.
you gross bitch.
And she, but in,
Oh my god.
yeah.
Gross
You
bitch.
dirty chocolate bitch.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I ain't trying for that. motherfucker.
All right, then what's the
You
last one?
stupid
Is that
kid,
4?
little bitch chewing gum.
I went off.
Sick of these
I
kids.
better slow my roll right there.
Slow
That's
your
bad
roll,
optics. All right.
So you roll and
Bad.
shut your mouth. That'd be a dope soundbite, babe.
Know your role.
Some G.G. Allen.
Finally, Movies from Memory has come back
Yeah. Violet was a real
To your
jabroni.
podcast.
to your podcast listening device.
All right, so and then Charlie's the fifth kid, right?
Is The Rock on Cameo?
The
Dig it?
Rock.
Dude, we could do I bet you Hulk Hogan's on Cameo.
He'd be
We could do
expensive
it.
as fuck,
Just
bro. The
because-
Hulkster. Well, I mean, 3 little Hulkamaniacs like us probably should.
Brother,
Tell us
you know what it
our
is.
vitamins.
Eat your
Oh,
vitamins.
we did forget to
I
talk about
am
my
a
bad.
real American.
We forgot to talk about old Slugworth. Every time
Slugworth looking
he
ass?
popped around.
Oh yeah, so each time a kid finds a golden ticket, he's
Like
He's
he's creeping a corner.
Yeah.
For
yeah,
sure.
he's creeping on a
He's,
come up.
he's somehow there already. He's like,
He's omnipresent.
yeah.
He's
There's-
creeping on a come up. I think that's
100%,
clear in the film.
100%.
It's weird.
That's-
Okay, so Charlie's the fifth kid, right?
Well, no.
Is there another kid?
Yeah, because
There's a man that fakes something first.
they're like
Oh,
there's
yeah,
a
someone
boy in
fakes
South
it.
America that says that he found the ticket.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
I think it's a man.
A man's man?
It's a
or
grown ass boy.
it's a
grown-ass
mannish
man.
boy?
It's a grown ass
my
boy.
God.
Oh wow. It's a man. All right, but that turns out to be a fugazi, right? That's
It's a
that's
That's
Fugazi.
a
fake.
that's a post punk
Golden
band
ticket.
that I enjoy very much.
And then Charlie finds it. He finds some money in a sewer. Or he gets the gold.
I think he earned it.
He gets the candy. He's just a street urchin, street rat. He gets the golden ticket.
I don't like that.
And then we're off, right? We're finally at the factory.
Yeah, but first, and this is the big
Chill.
first, he
Daddy,
goes
chill,
to bring
chill.
the ticket back to his grandparents' house.
Yes.
They're like, hey, stop fucking with us, Charlie, you piece of shit. You know, somebody
His
else-
grandparents say that to him,
Yeah. It's very racial for some reason. Everybody's white there, which I don't understand.
but they're all racist against each other,
Against
sub-white
Charlie.
races.
And then Charlie is like, well, Grandpa, can you come to the chocolate factory?
think
You
he's
get to
with me?"
pick one plus
he-
one.
I think he says papa.
Papa. Will you be my plus one, Papa?
Oh my god.
And he's like, Charlie, I haven't been out of this
Charlie.
goddamn
I
bed
can't
for
even
30
stand
years.
up.
Don't they both start eating spaghetti at the same time?
Oh
And then they
my
realize
God.
the spaghetti noodles slice.
It's the same.
Lady in the Tramp.
It's like Lady and the Tramp. I don't. That's his other grandfather. Just the two grandfathers are eating spaghetti off of each other.
Charlie, I can't stand up. Look how stiff I am,
I can't get
Charlie.
up with this boner.
I'm so stiff. Oh yeah, your legs because you haven't walked in a while. No, my penis. I'm hard as a rock,
Rigor
Charlie.
mortis is
Look
set
what
like
your other
that.
grandpa's doing to me.
Hey, Charlie, I got something on my little belly button.
Come on, Grandpa.
Charlie, I got something on my little belly
But
button.
Take your robes off,
the
other
grandpa does
grandpa.
like a front flip out of the bed and is just dancing around.
Oh, he starts tap dancing.
There's a lot of dancing and flipping
yeah,
and
spinning
spinning.
around.
Because his
Yeah.
toenails haven't
He's
been
fucking
clipped
Fred
in
Astaire.
20 years.
Well, hot damn, Charlie. I'm as happy as a clam.
So was that just all a big ruse, a big act? Like he was
What?
just. He
I
didn't
think they're
need to be
collecting
bedridden?
unemployment. That's why they're doing
Yeah, it's a welfare scam or something. I like that the idea of that way more.
Charlie, if anybody from the county comes by, tell them I'm laying in
Tell 'em
bed
I'm
all the
dead.
time. I'm bedridden.
I have
They're
dementia,
tax
Charlie.
dodgers like Randy Quaid.
It's all the house and all the bills are in Charlie's name. That's why they're
Charlie, you
poor.
tell them you're 18 years old and you pay rent in this house. And we don't live here.
Charlie, it's either cash, gas, or
We
what is
can't-
it? Or grass.
Oh my god.
It's cash, grass,
We
or
gotta get
grandpa's
that one.
ass. Nobody
Grass,
rides for
gas, ass, or nougat.
free. Yeah. Let me get some of that nougat, girl.
What do they get? He gets the regular Wonka bar, but then there's the other. Remember, there's the other bar he gets, and those I think had golden
I
tickets
think
too.
it's called a Wonka roll.
It was the long. I can't remember the Candyman's like.
I
know
think
what
it's
you're talking about,
a
though.
Wonka
Yeah.
Royale.
It's like
It's pretty much something like that.
It's
yeah.
phallus shaped,
Very phallic shaped. Yeah.
and Charlie's just chomping on that.
Oh my god.
Like, geez, Charlie, say something for everybody else. He's like, no, I gotta do this.
Don't put the whole thing down your throat, and once you can just bite a little bit off.
That's when the dude like knocks on the counter table. He's like,
Who's
"Fettuccine
Slugworth?
player." No, it's
Oh, the
it's
guy?
like the Candyman con.
The Candyman guy, yeah, that kind of looked
He's
the
like, yes.
scuffed Dick Van
Yes,
Dyke.
Charlie,
Yeah.
eat all of it.
So when does Slugworth pop up? Like Charlie gets the golden ticket. Does Slugworth roll up on Charlie like right away?
He snatches up on
I can't
him.
remember that. He
before
snatches him up? Oh,
Because
that's
I
not
remember the
good.
Candyman
Remember
being
that,
like, Charlie, put that in your pocket.
Right,
Straight home.
No, it was the
Don't tell anyone.
newsman. The
Oh,
guy that
the
he worked
mailman
for.
or-
Yeah.
oh,
The
or
guy
some-
he
the
was like, hey, it's
newspaper
my
guy?
time for the newspapers.
Oh, yeah.
That dude saved him.
That's right.
And then he was like, run home and don't let anybody fucking know.
Straight home, Charlie.
Um,
Don't tell anyone.
so he's running, and I think it's like an overpass in like San Jose or something like that.
Sounds about right.
He's in San Jose.
It's just like super,
He's either,
super
like-
dark and shady, and then just like where snatches him. He's like, hey Charlie, check this out.
What he like
Let me
on his
rap.
way home? He went down like a dark alley,
Yeah.
a misty, foggy
Yeah.
alley.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, every time it's been like rich
And this-
kids, he's like popped up like in interviews that they're doing.
Yeah, and it
He like comes
fucking
out of the couch.
a
they're sitting
black
in.
a black overcoat with
He
a black
pulls
fedora.
He pulls some.
He's like a Men in Black.
Pretty much.
Let's go.
Let's go. I'm a
He just
spy,
drops
let's
out of the
go.
ceiling like, "Hi, the name's Slugworth. Can I buy you a golden
He literally
ticket?"
face palms somebody at one moment and like just shoves him out of the way and it's like, hey, just let me whisper to your kid real quick.
Get the fuck out of my way!
Let
I
me
gotta whisper to this
at
little kid.
Little kid, yeah. What a
Excuse me,
creeper.
ma'am. Can I whisper in your child's ear?
Okay, so it gets to the big day where everybody can go into the factory, and they
This
finally
already
see.
sounds really bad.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of kids in there that go inside the
Oh
factory.
shit!
Factory. Oh, my
Stop!
And
Emergency
edit up here.
break! Danger! So it's a chocolate factory. The good
Genius.
kind.
God.
We got confused
It's
halfway
a
through.
good
It's
kind
a
of
chocolate
factory.
camp. Or no, factory.
They're
factory,
concentrating chocolate in the camp, yes,
factory.
per
Oh,
se.
my God.
But okay,
They
so
do have to like heat up the chocolate with.
Okay. This is
let's.
for the Patreon.
It's the
For 50
Patreon.
cents. For
All
50
right.
cents, you can get this episode.
And we love everybody here on the show. And yeah, and
Sorry, sir.
there's our
That might be
internet
the
privileges going away
Best
for now
well
on.
timed. Most well timed.
Okay, and with that being said, it's the big day. We're all going to chill out. And we're going to go into the factory, the chocolate factory. The only factory that's good, in my opinion.
my God.
And then, yes, we see Willy Wonka for the first time, and he's like,
In the
Oh, he looks like an invalid, right? Like
Yeah,
where
he
he's
looks like an
he's
old, decrepit
Well, that's not the
man.
right
Yeah.
word. Where he's like he's walking hard on
A
the
less
cane.
offensive word of that. Yeah.
yeah.
No.
What's
Not a
invalid?
cripple or
What's
like
invalid?
a freak
My
or
bad,
something.
yeah.
That he's
Isn't
impaired.
invalid where like you can't hold your shit in, like you need to die first?
Oh, that's me then. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm one
yeah.
of those.
Okay.
So
and we want to shout out our sponsor, Depends.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on the situation.
Put
You
in
shoot your parents.
code Movies from Memory.
Yeah, get
We're also
special
sponsored by
20% off.
laxative milk or whatever.
Laxative milk.
We're double dipping through our sponsors.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, so he's like slowly
So
he
Charlie.
comes out with a cane and everything, and
Yeah.
he actually he's gonna fall over, and everybody's like and then he falls forward and he does a flip.
A nutty like
Or
somersault
barrel
flip.
roll, whatever.
thing.
It's very reminiscent of Donkey Kong.
Or Star Fox.
wow.
Do a
Yes.
barrel roll.
I was not ready for that.
When Slippy says to do a barrel roll.
Listen.
No, that's Ocarina of Time.
And then
Star Fox.
all of a sudden he's just like charming Gene Wilder.
Yeah,
He's like, come
and it's
on
like,
in, everybody.
I really wasn't hurt at all.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
walk
I'm not
fine and
crazy at
dance and
all.
flip and sing. Come.
Come.
Didn't
One, come
quote.
all.
So the kids get brought inside.
Yeah.
And then
they're
they go-
finally there.
There's a contract, right?
Yeah, they had to
Concert?
sign a big old contract.
Willy
Big old
Wonka plays a
concert.
concert. Oh, is there a contract? I like that he had him sign a contract, like, and It's Always Sunny, Dennis, at one point, like, he's like, can you just sign this? And Frank's like, why are you always having people signing creepy contracts?
Yeah, that would
So
kind of
pretty
creep
much
me out.
Willie has a creepy contract.
If I'm in a
with
mysterious factory that nobody's
Yeah.
been in for like 20 years, and then immediately he's like, "Oh, I need that John Hancock, buddy."
But
yeah,
you also
before
see
you step in here.
Yeah,
You also
You
see like the contracts
very well
written
could
on
die.
a wall where there's
It's
just
written
like
in
little-
chocolate.
and it's smaller and
Chocolate
smaller,
ink.
right?
Yeah, like, it goes from like large font. I want to say like maybe 36, like
Yeah.
italicized.
It's
might have been-
all italicized.
It might have
Times
been-
New Roman.
It might have been papaya.
Or sans serif. Papyrus.
Oh,
Yes.
that's what it was. Papyrus.
So they end up signing it because they're like,
And it gets
we want
smaller and smaller to where you can't read
we
it.
want this
Yeah.
free candy. We will do whatever
We
we
will
want.
sign
And,
whatever.
like the
It's like the
cowboy
Apple
kid's dad
agreement.
was like, "Well, I'm a car salesman, so I know what's happening here." So,
So he knows something. He's
yeah,
like, I know you're
yeah.
fucking me right now somehow, but I don't
So-
quite know
oh,
how,
well.
Candyman.
But my
And then
son's
doesn't-
really into
does-
television
at that
and
point,
chocolate.
doesn't
Let him do
Doesn't
this.
Willy Wonka say to the car salesman, to the car? Shit.
That's it. You get nothing. Good day, sir.
I'm thinking that
Oh,
he
no,
says to
that's
the
later.
car still,
The salesman?
the candy is dandy.
He definitely said that.
All right, and then they're led
Definitely
into probably
said
like, to me personally, like the coolest fucking scene in the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's like that giant room where it's pretty much like a
whole
whole ecosystem
And Gene Wilder's here.
of just a candy forest, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right before that
Candy
happens,
forest.
they walk into like a hallway where it's like the smallest door, like a dog door. And
Is
he
that before that?
Yeah, he opens the handle, and when he opens it, it turns into that forest.
He makes them all get
And
on
they-
all fours
but
like
it
a
also-
Did
dog.
they already see the wallpaper? The wallpaper.
Not yet, not
Oh,
yet,
really?
Not yet.
Okay.
No. So he opens that little tiny ass door,
Yeah.
and then but when it opens on the other side, you see like this humongous like 2-story door. Like
It's like a vault door or
Really?
something. Yeah.
That's almost like an Alice in Wonderland situation.
Yeah, it's definitely like disorienting, but
Yeah.
like, you know, magical
And
or
then
whatever.
it looks, yeah, like you said, a forest or like a nature area.
Yeah.
Except for everything is edible.
with
The
the
grass
with the
is
chocolate
like coconut.
river.
Yeah,
Oh,
complete with
deep.
chocolate.
And
river.
he's like, all right, it's
That's
free
the
for all,
illest,
everybody.
realest,
Go
chillest
do
part.
whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, free for all. Jack off onto the grass on the candy.
Do not jack off into my chocolate river.
It's a free for all. Everyone do what you want.
That's all.
Please do not jack off.
He's like, trust me, we've had a couple problems.
Please keep your hands and arms inside the boat. Do not jack off on any of the candy.
Get a couple, throw a couple.
Grandpa, I'm looking at
troublemakers
you.
out by the rear end.
Okay,
Is that when they see the Oompa
Grandpa,
Loompas?
take your hand out of your pants.
Yeah, because he's hired so many.
That's where they see the Oompa Loompas, though, when they get into that. Like,
well, and they
that-
We gotta
and he
please
sings
cut
that
that joke
amazing
out.
song. Yeah, I don't know why you went there.
Um,
But there is like a weird racial thing where he like kidnapped pygmies from the jungle.
Well,
he calls them Oompa Loompas.
so-
like super insulting.
the way he explains it.
And
Okay,
then
so
makes them do slave labor for
pretty
candy.
much-
And like no, we're like Indonesia. Like
Yeah.
we are a race of something else. Like,
Yeah,
he's
we
like,
have
no,
a
no,
name
no,
for our
no.
proud
You're
race.
Oompa Loompas because I dubs eat that.
he somehow used some kind of portal or something to import a workforce of Oompa
portal?
Loompas. And he
From
says that
another
they live at
dimension?
the factory. I don't think he pays them.
No.
And they do labor for
You
him.
don't need money for rent. You just live here.
He pays them in candy, which I don't know if that
Yeah,
works out.
they're like, no
and he
thanks.
provides safety for them. It's very weird. I think that like the labor
The
bureau
Oompa Loompas want to get paid.
needs to get in there. They need to unionize. it's all bad.
They don't unionize. Yeah, the movie is very anti-labor,
Yes,
anti-union.
completely. Yeah, it's
Well,
anti-union.
They do say
They
like
need,
weird.
they need to get what were those?
Daddy, chill.
Jimmy Hoffa guys. What were those?
Jimmy Hoffa should have gone into the
No.
Wonka factory.
Fuck, what were they called? Teamsters.
I thought
the
they called them
Teamsters.
Steppers.
The Oompa Loompas tried to join the Teamsters, and Hoffa wanted them.
Yeah.
But Willy Wonka blocked them. He
Willy
started
Wonka
killing
killed
them.
10 of them.
They're
that
hard
night.
10
times.
Oompa
Yeah.
Willy Wonka got up in Jimmy Hoffa's face and said, "Don't fuck with me, Jimmy."
Okay, so
And he said, "Wow."
Artemio is looking at me like he's over this.
I'm just bummed out about that.
About yeah, we can cut that.
We'll cut that out. We'll cut out the racism part.
Yeah.
My favorite part.
So if
Just
you ever
say
hear
that where I
edits,
say I'm bummed out, and then you cut back in with, yeah, it's fine. We'll cut that back in.
if you ever,
Racist
if
part
you ever
we'll
hear
cut
edits
out.
in the podcast, and I mean every single time you've heard one of those, it's because Art said something. We have to cut it out.
Yeah.
So-
Something vile. Disgusting. All right, so we're in.
Heart wants
Oh,
what
wow.
the heart wants.
All right, folks. So we're in the candy forest area,
Daddy, chill.
and then fucking Augustus Gloop, the big fat German kid,
Yeah.
chubby boy.
Fat.
I mean,
No body shaming.
no, no body shaming at all, because I myself identify with Augustus the most.
I always say chub is love.
Chub is love, yeah. The more
is
to
love,
yeah,
chub
it's
is
more to
love,
love.
love.
But he cannot help himself. Like a piggy to a trough.
So-
He's
so-
just- And he knew some chocolate milk.
You feel me? So I've got a theory. The reason he was chugging it down so bad is because he was shoving so much candy down his fat fucking face.
Jeez.
He needed
Then you need to wash it down. Yeah.
A beverage
I
to
think
wash it down.
Well, and I love
Hated this.
I love how Willy Wonka grabs like a little buttercup flower, or that's not a thing.
Like teacup.
But the flower that is like a teacup, and
He's
then
just having a moment.
there's like butterscotch tea in it, and then he eats the cup too. The
How
whole
do you know
thing
it was
is-
butterscotch?
Doesn't he say that? That he said something about butterscotch in the movie.
That's radical.
That
That's
could be
radical.
made up, but-
I know it makes sense because it was a buttercup for it to be
I think
butterscotch.
so, right?
But it's so much funnier
Thought
that
that's what
like
he said.
to think of it like what if it was like a Bloody Mary?
Bloody
Why would it
Mary,
be like a teacup? My bad. Never mind.
Yeah,
Hey,
it was a
man.
Harvey Wallbanger. That's what he was really
Oh,
drinking
wow.
out of there.
Is that anything
A
like a Shirley
Harvey
Temple?
Wallbanger.
Yeah.
What about a white wine spritzer?
What a bad one. Let's
So Augustus falls into the chocolate river.
Yeah, he can't help himself.
And
And they have like a plumbing system.
Yeah.
Or plumbing's not the right word. Is that the right word?
I don't even
Where it's
No,
just
it's
like
right.
for the, it's not for the sewers, but for the chocolate
it's like
river.
to move the chocolate
like
around
a
and
yeah,
churn
like
it.
a irrigation or something system of the chocolate river.
Yeah.
And so they're like pipes. Somehow they're like roughly the size of like a child.
Of a fat German kid.
But the fat German kid's too fat for it, and just the right
It's to build
size that he
pressure.
gets caught in and
Yeah.
plugs it up, and then he's able to breathe because it like cuts the chocolate off above his head.
It's
But the chocolate, like the water pressure, that chocolate milk must be going up his ass.
it's
and
giving
really
him an enema the
challenging
whole
his
time.
rectum.
Oh,
What-
no.
Chocolate enema.
I don't know if I want to co-sign this.
If you watch the
this
bonus
is-
features, they talk
this
all
is-
about this. I
is
am not
strictly
making
for
it
the
up.
Patreon. Strictly for
Uh,
the Patreon that does not yet exist.
Well, Willy Wonka,
was a wild boy. Willy Wonka was
Augustus,
a wild boy.
his mom is like, do something. And he's
Please,
like,
Mr. Wonka.
I can't. He's good. Like he's already, he's already been sucked up into the
Nine,
apparatus.
Mr. Wonka. Help him.
And so he's like, there's nothing I can do. It's gonna go into, I don't know, some other room or
No,
whatever.
there's nothing. It's out of my hands now. He's
He's like,
dead.
oh, he's stuck in it, and
He's
he's
fucking
like,
dead.
No, he's like, no, it's good. The pressure's gonna get him.
Yeah.
Pressure will build up and launch him
And
into
as
the
soon
fucking
as he
air.
does that, it's somebody playing. What is it? What is it?
It's like a slide whistle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The slide
He just
whistle.
skirts up the fucking
Yeah.
tube.
And he's like, there he goes.
There he goes. He's
You know what I
fine
like
now.
too is he does. Well, first he does that little flute thing.
Yeah.
And then
God.
the Oompa Loompas come out.
Yes. That's when they first. Yeah. So they dance for whatever reason. Whenever a small
He's
child
like, "What
almost
do
is
you
killed,
do with the
Yeah.
really
they
brown
dance.
boy?"
that is their reaction.
Play with some
They're like, let's
toys.
dance and sing about the dead fat German
Let's-
kid.
This is our opportunity to do this finally.
like an Oompa Loompa. Oompa-dee-doo.
They're
Uh,
just cool
what do
with
you get
whatever
when you
happens
guzzle
in
down treats?
the warehouse or the
Yeah.
factory.
They're all fine with it.
Pretty much,
The
right?
Well, no,
Oompa Loompas are like,
what
well,
I
another
did
kid
like-
died, but it's
He's like, oh, Wonka does far worse to us.
Oh my god! I like that he like
the
explains.
things
He's like,
he does with chocolate is
oh
disgusting.
my god!
Most
Well,
people
he says
just
like
He's like, I would not eat that chocolate personally.
because that chocolate's personal.
you don't want to know what he fucking does to
Yeah.
that shit. The
Yeah.
FDA or whatever doesn't roll up in here. Or who is that? Not the FDA.
Yeah. They'd be have
Is
like
it the Food and Drug? Yeah.
yeah, not fit for human consumption.
Yeah,
signs.
exactly.
They get the red tape everywhere out here.
There's Wonka DNA. fucking-
This is not
In
the
all of
chocolate
it.
factory I want you kids to see. This is something else.
What's this white? It's not nougat. What is this?
Oh,
What's this
no.
new flavor?
Oh man.
It's very salty too.
Oh god. He's like,
Salty
well,
as
it's
fuck.
is it like sea salt and caramel? He's
Oh
like,
my
no, not quite.
Getting warmer.
Oh man. I don't want to keep going on this bit.
Art
The
hates-
coming chocolate bit.
I did like in this movie where, oh yeah, I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank Craig and Dante. But he tells somebody at some point where he's like, oh yeah, now we're gonna have to scrub the whole like, because he had that
Yeah.
whole lake set up like as a way to
river,
churn his
yeah.
chocolate.
He said he
Yeah,
has
yeah.
it's the only he has like a waterfall churning
Yeah,
the
yeah.
chocolate. It was the only
Yeah.
one in existence.
Like an
And he-
aqueduct.
And he,
The
Oh
he
yeah,
knew
it was
of.
a chocolate.
he like whispers it to
milk
the,
fall or whatever.
Yeah.
Waterfall of
Milky Way. One
the
might
only
say.
worlds.
but he doesn't he tell somebody he's like, well, they got to like clean this out. So
Yeah.
like,
They have to disinfect
Yeah.
it.
oh yeah, that's what it
To
is.
get
So
the
he
German
was
germs
pissed
off of
off, and it's like, well, I understand, but my son just died, and he's like, whatever. I'm
He's
pissed
like,
that
how
he
about-
fucked up my fucking irrigation. And think about the thousands of gallons of chocolate milk that he probably has to throw out.
He'd
It's contaminated.
he'd rather shit that out in the ocean
Augustus's booty hole.
It's like toxins. He just pours it out into the ocean.
than like
God.
let one child
It's like the
eat that
BP
sweet
BP oil
Just
spill.
all these fish are going belly up. It's like, making chocolate's a hard business.
Yeah, you
like
think
the
the fish are
Simpsons.
sad? What about all that chocolate milk I had to throw out?
All right, so what's the next kid? I think it's
Um,
Violet, right, with the gum.
Violet, you're turning violet. Violet.
She turns
Wait,
into a
babe.
blueberry.
Hold up, babe.
Oh, no, we missed the boat ride, right?
Yes.
Which is probably the
What
most
about the
psychedelic,
wallpaper?
freaky.
That comes later.
Is that after? Okay,
from-
yeah.
Yeah.
So the boat ride's next. Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody's like, "Oh, cool!" Like,
And so they've only lost one
and
kid.
that girl's like, "Daddy, I want one of these.
I want,
Daddy,
I want fairy.
I want,
I
one
want
of
a
these
chocolate
fucking
river boat,
fairies,
Daddy."
yeah." And the dad's like, "Oh, whatever. I don't care. Okay, I'll buy
No,
one."
Daddy, I want it
He's
now,
like, "Hey, well,
Daddy.
how much is it for these chocolates?"
All right.
Like,
Wonka? How much? I'll make you an offer, Wonka.
And then he goes like,
How much?
He says like, "We are the dreamers of dreams."
So they're not for sale then? No, we're dreamers.
100%. Those gobstoppers.
But Daddy.
those gobstoppers were laced. 100%.
The
I
everlasting
was
ones?
just about to get to that word. So it's heavily implied that he doses everybody, right? And then they get on the ferry.
Dude,
Because
And then
he
there's
gives them a
seeing
tab
things.
of acid, and the kids
Yeah.
are like, "When do we get the candy?"
Here's
Why
my
are we doing acid?
orange sunshine acid.
No, when does he dose them?
I don't. Well, it has to be when they get on when they get on the ferry and they start tripping.
every time.
Maybe
Maybe
candy
the edible
that they're eating.
landscape has LSD drenched.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is like, wouldn't that be?
But
like
that means
your-
he took a
Wouldn't
shit.
that be
It's
like?
DMT.
Wouldn't that be
Joe
like your
Rogan
first
style.
like you would get mushroomed out and like you'd be like, oh, everything's edible. You know what I mean? Don't you think they'd be like doused before that?
I don't know.
Like, where
No,
they'd
they
be,
would
like, in a
want to
magical
be
land?
maybe, but oh yeah, but nothing's too crazy
Oh, I
until
see
the
what you're saying.
riverboat thing.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
And they when they get on the riverboat, they start seeing all types of crazy shit. And
You see
there's
like a centipede crawl across
Or Engineer
some
Chloe.
boy's face.
that was weird.
You see a centipede? Oh yeah.
Oh,
Like,
what
how's
does
that
boy
even
mean,
appear?
man? It's like in
You know, on the
flashing
river.
And
lights.
Slugworth, it like shows up in there.
Oh
too, at
yeah,
one point.
and then he
How
talks to
does
his grandpa,
Slugworth get
who
it?
has never seen Slugworth before. By the way, Charlie goes, "Grandpa, I think it was," and he goes, "No, Charlie, it couldn't have been." That's the one loophole I got in this movie.
No,
that's the
Johnny.
one thing I don't.
That
Because
couldn't
there's-
have been. That
because
didn't look like him.
It
Grandpa, you've
shows
never
you,
seen
like,
him, dipshit.
your deep, darkest fears, and for Charlie's grandpa, it was like some guy that he had murdered like 40 years
Oh my
earlier to that.
God. Is
And
that
he's
the
like, no,
backstory
Charlie,
to
it couldn't have
Slugworth?
been him.
Charlie's,
No, I killed him.
Charlie's grandpa tried to murder Slugworth. The song, they do another song, or no, they don't do a song, but Gene Wilder gives like a crazy
Like a
psychotic
monologue.
monologue
Yeah.
thing on the
Yeah,
boat.
there's Charlie Manson
And
sort of.
everybody's tripping since they were dosed off the edible.
The rowers are rowing.
As the
Yeah.
rowers keep on
Yeah.
rolling.
There's no telling where they're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just all of a sudden stops.
And then it stops, and defies the laws of physics because there's no inertia or
And
whatever.
then she's like, bleep, 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 boop. Like the lights go on.
He plays his
Yeah.
little flute that he has.
Oh yeah, he plays that magical flute,
Dude, I was
like the
telling-
Green Ranger, Power Ranger.
Oh yeah.
Very similar
different,
vibe and energy.
different
Different
what was it?
melody.
Dan, dan,
Different
dan,
riff that they
dan,
play.
dan.
Different riff.
Yeah.
You know I know.
Kind of
okay?
like the ocarina on Legend of Zelda too.
I was doing the same thing.
But all different riffs. They never repeat each other's riffs.
So from there, it's they go to the bubblegum factory.
The
Pretty
Bubba Gump
much.
Shrimp Co.
And Violet becomes Violet.
She takes a piece of gum that she's not supposed to take, right?
It's like
That
experimental
is,
gum.
yeah,
it's
it's supposed
like
to be like a
experimental
full
gum.
meal that you get like all the nutrition
Oh
from
yeah,
it. Like, in one.
and she's like, I can taste the turkey. Now I can taste the mashed potatoes. Now I can taste the third course. The third course is coming on.
And the dad goes,
It's apple
"Hey,
pie."
Violet, what the dad? He was like, "Hey, Violet, babe, what's the dessert going on?" And she goes,
Oh yeah, blueberry pie, Daddy.
They do that thing where it's like, where she's in that big balloon suit. She's looking.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she turns blue and like grows. to this-
And is in a fat suit.
and it's just, but the actress is
and
just
the
a
little,
fat suit.
the little.
And they roll her like a fucking beach ball.
And then
Yeah,
sing at
Yeah, the
her.
Oompa Loompas do.
Sorry, I kept thinking of something else.
As they're, oh god.
Are just smiling at me and giving me this devilish look. So.
We have a different podcast where Art says a lot of racist stuff, but you guys will listen to that one some
That's
other time.
not true.
That's
bro.
not
Don't
this.
put that evil on you.
I have to.
Yeah, they roll it out, and the dad's like, "Where's my daughter going?" He's like, "Oh, take her to the juice room."
They gotta juice her up, or juice her
What?
down, or
Oh yeah, the
squeeze her or
juicer.
something. I don't.
They poke a hole in her stomach and just squeeze her.
They gave her a
They jump
tracheotomy.
on her belly. Yeah.
I
A
thought-
wartime trach, a field,
Right there.
a field trach,
Corman.
and then they jump,
It's an Oompa
and they
Loompa.
jump on her tummy.
Oh my god, they're doing a surgical bit.
Corman.
Oh,
It's like a scene out of Platoon or
Yeah,
something.
there's blood everywhere.
So now we're 2 down at this
We're
point.
2 down, 3 to go.
And then at a certain point,
I think
Charlie,
and his bubby.
That's where we get to like
Or
the
his
fizzy bubbling room.
the fizzy bubbly room, and if I remember right, that's not the last thing.
No, no.
But
think 2 more
they
happen
sneak, him and his grandpa sneak off and go through Willy Wonka's mother's underwear and panties and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And then they also find this.
And Return of the Nerds panty raid.
Oh my god!
And they look through a hole in the wall and watch these female Oompa Loompas shower. And look at the female Oompa Loompas panties and sniff them. And then Charlie's like, "All right, Grandpa, enough. Can we get back to the?" He's like, "All right, Charlie."
What we came here to
And so
Whenever
then they
you're
find
ready,
the
Charlie.
fizzy drink room, all this experimental candy and shit.
It makes them
And they
float,
drink
right?
it and they float. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they they cheers, they say, salute, and then they throw back a cold one of the
Of
fizzy drink,
experimental fizzy scientific
and then they
candy.
start floating up in the air, and they're having a fun time.
They're having a
It's
ball.
It's all a gas. Until they
no.
look up.
No, they're literally they're
filled with
literally
gas,
floating from gases that are lighter than air.
And,
Oh.
Yeah, it's a little science minute for you.
Uh-huh.
And they look up, and there's a big ceiling fan up there that is going to get them. It's going to chop them up into little pieces. It's going to chop them up, and not in the good way either, into little pieces.
Oh, not in the good way to get chopped up.
No,
Oh wow!
in the bad way. Where you dismember your body. And either freaking out. He's like, "Grandpa, what do I do?
I'm
We're
gonna get
gonna
chopped
die."
up and not in the good way,
He's
Grandpa.
like, "I don't know, Charlie. I think our goose is cooked, Charlie. What's in for us now? What is the heroes gonna do?
The only time I've been chopped up, Charlie, is by your other grandpa.
The Saigon Horde shot me up pretty good, but
And you were asleep in the same room.
don't get me started about that.
Oh shit!
Oh
bro.
shit!
Sorry.
Mic drop.
Call back to the earlier in the movie where both his Grammys and his grandpappies
Yeah,
are sleeping in the same bed with his mom dukes around.
dude, that is a 24/7
And-
foursome.
She's like,
Oh my God.
24/7, just wet.
They're all geriatric too. Oh my god!
So you know they know how to freak.
You know they've picked some stuff up.
just smells like dust in there.
No, but they're talking shit about how like Charlie would never be able to win a ticket. And, oh, don't do that.
You could never win the ticket.
This is not a cosign.
So
Sure. For one thing, I thought,
yeah,
but we're talking about how Charlie has like his grandparents live in like one room or
Correct.
one bed in the living room, and Charlie's got his own bed, his own penthouse
In the corner.
What's he
Penthouse
really?
penthouse.
What is he really dropping off? Because I think Charlie might be a doughboy.
I don't
What does
even-
that mean?
This is the whole.
He
So
works at a bakery or
So
something?
you think Charlie might be selling drugs on the side?
Is that what a doughboy is?
all right.
I've never heard that in my life.
Come on, Ben.
So Charlie
keep
and
up,
his
guys.
grandpa discover somehow
Yeah, told me all about it.
they're trash talking or something, or they're like freaking
They're like,
out. Like
Charlie?
they hit the fan and they
The
discover
shit
like
hit the
Oh, we're
fan
back to the
figuratively.
bubblies.
yeah. If they burp,
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
just like fucking
They'll like
fly.
lose the gas
They'll
and
float back down.
float back
to
down.
Earth.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You gotta do it harder, Charlie, but don't make sure
Harder,
you."
Charlie.
Charlie, just burp. It's fine.
And then Willy Wonka walks in. What the fuck you guys doing?
He loses his shit.
And then Charlie and Grandpa fall to the floor and they're dead. So
Yeah.
then
No,
when they get back to the ground, they're like,
survive the fall.
they're like, they survived the fall. They're like, we better like stop fucking around. Like other
Did
people
they?
have gotten in trouble.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
let's
God. Art is completely off the rails.
let's hook
at this
back
point.
up with the tour, right? And so they sneak back in with the tour.
And then
Like,
Charlie
and
Murphy went back inside.
And Willie's like in the middle of talking, like they don't make it look like he noticed necessarily that they snuck off, right?
That's where they go in the gold
You
goose
find out
room.
later he
Yeah,
does.
those-
But yeah, then they're in...
That group just like waited for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They'll
they're all, like,
never
on their
suspect that we were gone. They've just been waiting there the whole time.
They'll never suspect, like, hey, where were you guys? Where have you been?
Kid's flipping his gun. He's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, bang, bang.
Oh, the TV kid? What's his
TV
name
kid.
again?
I don't
TV.
know.
I thought it was Billy the TV kid.
It seriously might be. Doesn't he dress like the Lone Ranger or something?
He
Yeah.
dresses like a sauced up boss. That's all.
That's true.
He's dripped out.
Drip.
I'm surprised he's not
The
wearing
drip.
a raincoat because he's wet. He's
And
dripped-
Willie from the start respects the drip
Oh,
of that kid. He
Well, we
really
gotta say
does,
that
the
Willie
TV
is
kid.
like probably
Willie's
dressed
dripped
the
out,
best
swagged out.
of the
Yeah.
whole movie.
He's
He's
drippy.
wearing that. What's that velvet jacket?
He's looking drippy.
What
What is that, velvet?
yeah.
He is pretty drippy.
And like a paisley shirt and,
and
a
a
top hat.
paisley sweater vest. Good
And some of the kids are getting lost in the sauce
Yeah.
on the way
True that.
through this tour, this candy factory.
But that was his main scheme the whole time.
All
Was
right.
to be drippy,
All right,
or
so-
for them to get lost in
Let
the
me
sauce.
just say this: if the Willy Wonka factory existed nowadays, it would be on Miranda's list or whatever. It's called.
What's Miranda's
What is
list?
that, like that pedophile one?
What?
You can look up your address and see like who's creeping around you.
That's where it puts that over anybody's head that's a perv. You just,
Okay,
Everybody's
so,
like, "Oh shit!"
your phone makes that noise.
All
if
of our
you get near
listeners
them.
are like, "Oh shit! I gotta
Oh,
change my
shit.
address real quick."
so they're in
All of our listeners are
the
pervs.
golden goose room, right? The golden,
Figuratively speaking,
and there's
the golden
there's
goose.
geese laying
literally.
laying golden eggs.
So
Go do it.
Violet's gone, Augustus Gloop's gone. Charlie kind of like broke some rules too,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he hasn't
yeah,
gotten
yeah.
caught. Then they go in the golden goose room. Is it the TV kid fucks around with the eggs, or is it
No, it's
Veruca?
Veruca.
Okay.
Veruca sings a song, and she's like, "I want one of these
I
golden
want it
eggs."
now.
I
Yes,
want
I
it
want it
now, Daddy. No, no, I don't know. What the
And there was
song
a subtle.
is. That was something I wrote.
In that
fan
scene, there's a
fiction
callback
music.
because once they enter, like if an egg drops that's golden, it'll go either a good egg or bad egg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it lands on that little detector thing. Yeah.
Which it detects good
Which
or bad.
think about how
Eggs,
crazy
good
that
or
is,
bad
though. Not
eggs.
only to like come across these magical geese that lay these magical eggs and figuring all that out. On top of that, he came up with this unbelievable technology that can determine an egg is good or bad by just like sitting on it.
By osmosis, yeah.
Oh my god!
Aren't they like giant geese too?
I think
They're
so.
like 10 feet tall or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, you're
I
right.
think
You're
they
right. You're
are,
right.
yeah.
They're sitting in like golden cages.
They're genetically
Dude,
engineered.
there's a part where they're like, "Well, it's not Easter right now." He goes, "Shh, shh, shh, shh.
Don't tell him. Don't tell these fuckers.
It's like slave
They
labor.
always
that he's
think
doing
it's
with these
Easter.
geese. But yeah,
He's like shooting them up with hormones and steroids and shit.
Oh, he's,
I know
he's
that
like, don't worry
WandaVision
about
was
that.
dope, but WonkaVision is kind of more dope. And it just, I'm watching.
But
I'm
what
watching this
happens to
WonkaVision
Veruca
executed.
falls on the detector
After
Yeah.
she
and it
does the
says
whole
bad
bit.
egg.
Yeah.
But did she try and take one of the eggs too?
I
and then
think
she falls
she's
on
just
No.
like
No.
she just isn't minding her surroundings.
Her P's and Q's.
After her number,
Oh.
she was not minding where her stage left was.
Yeah.
yeah, her mark. She didn't know her mark.
Mr. Mark, and she fell down the chute because she's
And so
bad
they
egg.
improvised and like wrote it into
She
the
missed
movie.
her mark and became a mark-ass chick. Oh, my bad.
Hey.
Hey.
That's not
And
one.
so, yeah, she becomes a bad egg, falls down the chute, and
That's-
Wonka again just kind of like shrugs.
And that's going
But
to the
that's-
parents
incinerator.
like, what the fuck happened to my kid? Are they
It's
dead?
like going
But
to the
Daddy-
incineration
Daddy
room.
Goes
was
to the
like, he was like,
incinerator.
"Hey, Wonka, where's my daughter going?" Right?
Wonka, give it to me straight.
And he
Where's
was
my
like, "Well,
kid?"
it's
Or no, that's the Veruca's dad.
He legit says like
Wonka?
he goes, she's either going
Where is
to
my
the
daughter?
incinerator or she's clogged. I don't know.
Yeah.
Deal
Figure
with
The
it
it.
out.
chute is about her, the size
And then
of
he
her body.
does a
so
whistle
it's a-
sound, and there's oompa,
Either-
Yeah,
oompa,
and then there's time for
cleaning up
another
shit.
song and dance. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how he just has them. Do you think Willy Wonka like told them to do that every time there's like a horrible accident?
I
Just
think it's
sing a
just out of
song,
habit.
baby.
I think it's out of habit.
It's out of habit.
They have a habit of singing songs.
That's like a cultural custom. Okay, and then finally we're doing WonkaVision. We get to the cowboy kid.
Ooh,
The
he's like,
motherfucker's gonna shrink
Yeah.
himself. This little piece of shit.
yeah. One thing I liked about that scene a lot was that they did where they like set
Giant
him
white
up
room?
and like where he gets transferred to like the TV. It looks like he's in a. Well, I mean, they're trying to do like the best graphics they can, but you
yeah,
see that it's
kind
like
of it's like practical.
yeah,
effects
yeah, yeah.
pretty
So
much.
it's a theater with his mom like projected behind him, and he's like on the theater, like, "Hey, mom, I can't."
Yeah, it's kind of
Mom.
like a Honey I Shrunk the Kids
Yeah, yeah,
scenario.
yeah.
Where
Yeah.
like you see the set that they had that kid on is like giant, and they're
Yeah.
seeing him as a miniature, but
to us, the audience, it's supposed to look like he got like sucked into the TV.
yeah,
right? It's
they
just on-
they're teleporting candy bars, obviously, and
a
they
Wonka
shrink.
vision.
And so when they try to teleport a child, he shrank to the size of, I don't know, like a peep.
And it's and it's
Shrink to the
Wonka
size of a
vision.
pool boy.
And then so when Scarlet Witch shows up,
So one of those little homies that I used to buy.
Oh, yeah.
Homies machine.
Out of
He
the
was,
quarter
he was
machine.
the first one.
Hey,
One
man.
division, Wonka Vision couldn't find funding, so they went over the border.
yeah,
You didn't get my own homies.
oh my
He's like,
God.
ole, homies. Hey, vato,
Oh
now
my.
I'm shrunk now.
That's
It's
what
okay,
they are.
It's just, dude, if they do a homies version of Toy Story, I will lose my fucking mind, bro.
That would be amazing. Hey, ole,
Homies, but they
vato.
come to life.
I think Andy's not going to play with us anymore.
It's like to infinity and beyond.
You're going to go see a Raiders game.
Fucking
Perpendicular.
Raiders.
They're just dancing.
Yo, well, I gotta
You're
go.
like the
I
Crip
gotta,
Walk.
I gotta run. You can just hear,
Toy Story crip walking.
Homies edition.
Hey, Andy almost saw us crip walking. You better stop, man.
He doesn't know we are alive.
Have you heard that?
He's not
Morse-
supposed to know we are alive.
Have you heard that?
We're just
Morse?
homies. He's collecting all of us and our homies. Come on, Andy. Let's go to Pizza Planet. We gotta say Buzz Lightyear.
We gotta take a bite. My little homie.
Ooh, the claw.
What's the claw in Spanish? It's like.
Oh my god.
There's a pinche snake in my boot.
Oh my god.
El Claw. Ooh, El Claw.
He's like, there's that puta Spike next door, man.
Oh my god. He's making
Puta
like
picha way.
pinche punto.
I
Making
hope
like
his dog
Frankenstein
doesn't get me.
toys. The baby head on the like.
Our Rector set.
Still say like because we're trying to translate.
The baby head on the erector set spider legs, man. That's
Look at-
scary.
Hey, but did you see
Is that
Cinderella,
so
my little princess? Cinderella.
What is?
Is Spike in Toy Story movies? Is Spike wearing a Misfits
He's
or
wearing a
Danzig
boner.
shirt?
I think he's wearing a Zero skateboard.
Yeah.
A
Sure.
Zeros.
Yeah.
How weird is it that Danzig and the Misfits both have a skull as their symbol? Thriller.
What is
original.
Pretty
Say that?
bitchin'.
Well, wasn't yeah looking ass? What's the name? Danzig.
Glenn
He
Danzig?
was in both. So
Yeah.
He's like he's
That makes it like even. That's what
he's like-
makes.
I
it
like
it.
skulls a
Yeah,
lot.
I like it.
Yes.
Yellow
Skulls.
shirt.
He's a fan of the skull.
Have you collected all your gold Skulltolas?
I've been trying.
Dante just goes yeah.
All right, and
Listen.
so that kid gets shrunk, and then they're the slaves, they do a song. No,
Oh my God.
no, I
Oompa
thought
Loompa
I should do a
slaves.
little context
Candy
for
slaves.
that. The
Oh,
Oompa
I thought they were
Loompas,
pygmies.
the Oompa Loompas do a song, and then it's just Charlie, right? And Charlie's the last one,
Yeah.
standing, sole survivor.
Wait.
Yeah. He's
Oh
a
yeah,
survivor.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're done with the
Like that
golden
Rolling Stones
egg.
song.
Yeah.
We're done with the.
Yeah.
We've got to the very end,
Dude.
and then it's
At
kind
a
of weird
certain
because it's
point-
like, all right,
Vindication
leave.
for Charles.
Leave.
Willie's just
Charlie.
like, oh,
We've
go.
reached the end.
Like, it's over.
He
yeah,
literally
we're
says
at the
like
end.
somebody will
The
see
fuck
you
are
out.
you doing? Yeah.
Somebody will see you out.
Why the fuck
Yeah.
are you still standing there, Charlie and Grandpa? Oh, I thought we were still on the tour. Go away. It's over.
They're still burping
Get the
up
fuck
like,
out.
There's some burping in his face.
And he's like, well, I thought maybe I could. You get nothing. Good day, sir.
He thought he was going to get the lifetime supply of chocolate,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he had broken the rules. He had taken a fizzy lifting drink.
Yeah, and so Willie knew all along.
Yeah.
I like that when he gives that speech, he seems like
He's
I said
unhinged.
He sings most of it, but
He slaps
what he
Charlie in
says
the
is
face.
like mostly in like Latin.
He just starts speaking,
He's
in,
speaking
in
Latin.
Latin
He
to
says
him.
like 4 bars that he's like etc. But he's like
He raps it too.
He raps him. That'd be amazing. Charlie's stunned. He's burned, like immortally burned in Latin.
But then then Grandpa comes through and he just starts fucking shit.
he's like, "Fuck
You
you,
gotta do
Wonka."
something nice
He's,
for
he
my
starts
You old
talking about mom's
bastard.
spaghetti. He's like, I'm so into this shit.
He's like, "Let's go home so your grandfather can blow me."
This is
Charlie."
real life. There's no Mackay Pfeiffer. Oh,
And so Charlie has a everlasting gobstopper that Wonka gave him. And Charlie,
Yeah.
even with he's not going to get anything in return. He gives Wonka the gobstopper back. You know, he doesn't
I
want
think-
anything. The experience is worth it. And he's like, "Hey, thanks."
I think he says, "Fuck you, little bitch."
to Wonka.
I think he's thinking that possibly.
Yeah, he's
but
thinking it. But,
and so once he gives him the everlasting gobstopper, Willy Wonka, like his whole fucking demeanor
But he-
changes.
yeah,
Yeah, he like
that was all
holds
part of
it
the
real
test.
quick.
Yeah,
He, like,
he
grips
holds
it.
it in his hand like
He's like, this
like
is
it's
not
just his
sweaty
precious
kid's hand and sweaty ass pocket.
Yeah.
Why don't I just
Some
keep
kid
it?
with a perverted grandpa, over sexualized grandpa.
He's like, I'm gonna
keeping
give
the
him the
sexual
keys,
in his
the keys
pocket.
of the kingdom.
Oh my god.
He's like, you did it,
If
Charlie.
you keep your pervy
He goes-
grandpa out of here, you can own it.
Off the
He goes,
premises.
this red button goes up, this black button goes down, baby. We could go either way.
They go in the glass elevator.
I've
right?
got a dungeon, or I've got.
We can take you to hell, or you can go
to
fly in
heaven,
the air.
baby. This factory is pretty
In a
nifty.
world of pure imagination.
And then they get into the flying elevator,
Ain't
and
no
away they
reason to call
go.
it chocolate factory, baby.
Oh my god.
And that's it.
And he
I mean,
pushes the people's chocolate in.
And then he sacrifices.
he's that
Charlie
fudge
for
packer.
the
There's a
ghost.
lot of fudge
So
packing
then they
going on
fly
in
into.
that
It's almost
factory.
like the end of Grease,
Yes.
where they literally fly off into the clouds for the
Yes.
ending.
It's like wave goodbye. And Willy Wonka says, "All right, your whole family can move into the factory. It's yours. Like,
Yeah.
you get
And
everything."
Charlie was like, do all they have to come back?
And Wonka's like, well, I'm going to keep some of the Oompa Loompas for sex slaves, like the hottest ones. The
And
Oompa
first-
Loompas with the biggest tits, I'll keep.
For experimental purposes, I'll be keeping the Oompa Loompas.
Just
my
a K.
God.
Yeah, that's
Just for experiment.
He's doing some like the Island of Dr. Moreau shit going on in that
He's
factory.
a lot of cats anyway, so you just hear meow.
Half Oompa Loompa, half
Those
cat,
little clones. and
half candy
everything.
bar.
He's like, they work better. They work better this way.
Yeah.
He feeds him in kitty chow.
All the kids other than
15-minute break because he sprinkles catnip.
It's much better this way. The candy is it's delicious.
It's weird that all the kids died in the movie, but
Yeah,
except
that
Charlie.
was a little
Except
strange.
Charlie, and then the parents are just like, Willie's just like, go away.
Yeah.
Is this movie?
He's like, no, that contract is binding.
That's fine. They
He's
did
like,
die,
lawyer.
and I
You
told
signed
you it
it.
could happen.
He's like, I
own you,
fucking
etc.
I have lots.
But yeah, he's like, sorry, Charlie, you got kind of lawyered up, babe. Yeah,
He's like, I'm gonna financially break your back, Charlie.
Well, Willy Wonka
Willy
has...
Wonka just goes, sue me.
Willy Wonka,
Do your best.
Willy
Your
Wonka
poor
has
ass. Look
on
at this.
retainer the best chocolate lawyer
Yes.
in the world.
That's true, 100%. And his name
So-
is.
His
Taj.
name is...
Oh, The Rock.
Uh-oh, we got.
We got Chloe
Chloe on
on
the
the
ones and
ones.
twos.
Yeah.
Yeah, our new producer
Chloe, say
Chloe's
hi.
doing good. Corey's been fired for... He's basically a Slugworth in real life, but
Yeah.
more perverted, so we fired him.
Yeah.
Like,
didn't
not
know
in a
that.
cool way either.
Exactly.
He's been through a lot of times with us over the years.
Yeah.
Producer
So,
Corey.
wherever he
So now
might
we got
be.
new producer Chloe. Everybody, welcome her in.
She likes
pretty-
me-
she's very inquisitive.
She likes milk and creepy colors.
All right, everybody. Well, I hope you've learned something here today, and you've enjoyed our retelling from memory
Yeah,
of Willy
all from
Wonka
memory.
and the Chocolate Factory. It's been
Hope
Dante,
you've enjoyed
Craig, and
remembering
Artemio.
it with us.
I think we did a pretty spot-on job, bang-up
Yeah.
job.
Well,
Let's,
our remembering of it is like the length of the feature length
pretty
of
much.
the film.
Yeah, this was a long one.
So
It's,
It's only been 4 hours.
it's only been,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's longer than the actual.
longer
This is like
than
a Lord of the
so
Rings
it'd be
extended
quicker
cut.
and easier to just watch the movie.
Twice.
Watch it twice with our commentary.
Yeah.
Let's go!
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe, and
Yeah,
movies from memory.
hopefully this will be edited so you don't hear everything we just recorded because it'd be way too long.
I actually hope you don't. hear
Insane.
this.
So hopefully
Yeah.
it's cut down a little more
Insanely
concise
fun
for you.
that is. All right,
Yeah.
everybody. Thanks, folks. Thanks for listening. Have a good night.
Thanks so much, guys. Dave.
I want it now, Daddy, now!
Hated it. All the zombies rise from all the people that are bitten. It's what's it called? Like ice cubes in
What
it
is
too, right?
this?
Ghost-
Anaconda?
Ghost of Mars. Oh, never mind.
Ghosts of Mars.
That was a reach. I hope you stretched for that one.
I think I pulled a handy.
Ghosts of Mars is
All right, so what
the
are
audience
love the
loves
class.
that fucking.
what are the
Grandpa,
it
you've
shows
never
you,
seen
like,
him,
your
dipshit.
Where Bone Thugs came from. from this sponsor. He was
He was
Willy Wonka
managing
had-
a
Willy
hip hop
Wonka-
group
Yeah,
called.
he was managing Bone Thugs.
Willy Wonka
Thugs
had
Wonka.
the everlasting gobstocker. Everlasting gobstocker.
He calls Slugworth the everlasting gobstalker because he's such a creep.
Oh my
He
god.
stalks
nice.
children.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I whisper in your child's ear?
What up, babies in Toyland? Let's do it.
Finally, Movies from Memory has come back
Yeah. Violet was a real
Your
jabroni.
podcast.
to your podcast listening device.
That's a Jewish
Oh, yeah,
lawyer.
doesn't he-
God damn it, Chloe.
I thought he was hitting off the J-Wop, and I was like, bro, you're Italian. You can't do it.
So
Prequel with Emily Chalamet. Should we do a clap sound?
Alme, Tipitus,
Yeah.
Dasse.
Yeah. These are all great. Obviously, great words to say to people.
Exactly.
So
All right.
this is fun because we're doing a part that won't be in the podcast.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
super fun.
None of us are none of us are white males. So
Yeah.
everything we say is completely
Yeah,
fine.
none of us are straight white males, so we can say this stuff. All right.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Was
It's
Agakio
metaphorical.
from the Ren and Stimpy show?
Oh
in this?
God! I don't even know how
I
to
thought I saw
answer
him.
that.
I thought I saw him. My bad.
There it
That
is.
was a crossover.
That laugh like you
That was
period.
a crossover. Hated it.
I'm just completely just like,
You
all right,
sit in your-
whatever, fuck it, whatever. Remember, you can't do facials on the
No, I was
podcast.
thinking of something. I was like,
You can give someone a facial some other
When I
time.
was-
Because usually, when both of us walk in the room, people say,
Oh, is it hot stepper? Fuck you.
That's usually what people say when we come in the room.
On the
Or when a lot of people see me walk in the room, this is what they hear.
because you did something freaky.
No, usually when we tell jokes, it's a lot more like that.
That's true. That's true. That's
Yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah, I found this one, and it's like gonna be so hard to like ever use. But if it was ever I think I did use it in the last one, but where it's like, oh man, I got to get out of there.
That is a good one. Willy
In
Wonka
his,
was very
factory.
cursive, the ugly organ. I'm
How
talking about he was a
so?
recluse.
And,
I pick up a down. And his name is. And then there's a kitty cat.
No, I got you. I feel you, dog. I pick up what you're putting down. You gotta go see a Raiders game.
Perpendicular. Sorry, Charlie, you got kind of lawyered up.